Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica Streams Coaching and Tarot. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. This is our daily reading, taking a look at current situation and the influences around that. Keep in mind it is collective, so take what resonates. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot today for both sides, the illustrated for the reading and the original for... Ooh, there's some backwardness going on here. Funny that I just picked that one up. Anyway, I just shuffled them too. Probably that's why. For the clarifying. Okay, let's get started here. A couple more shuffles. Whew, what do we need to know today? Okie dokie. Current situation. Ten of Swords. Present influence. Four of Cups. Future influence. Five of Swords. Those are not easy cards there, guys. So today, this week, maybe might be kind of hard. What we don't see. Four of Wands. What to look for. Hierophant. Unexpected. Hangman. Okay, we'll do challenge. King of Cups. Strength. Emperor. Where does this lead? Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. And advice. Sun. The world is at the bottom of the deck. So look, you know, quite honestly, we've got the Ten of Swords in the current situation. The world at the bottom of the deck. The world is completing something. Something has come to a natural end here. And it's weird, though, because I feel like the Ten of Swords is not so natural. We'll get into it a little bit because, you know, with that Four of Cups, okay, just viewing this reading all in all, the Four of Cups feels to me like kind of like you're not done yet. Like there's a feeling of you're not done, but it's over. But you're not done. And until you're done, right, it's going to be a struggle with the Five of Swords. Like how long do you want to keep, you know, stringing this along? And I'm not sure, we'll get into clarifying a little bit, but I just kind of doing this. Four of Wands and what you don't see, there is something happening that, and I feel like this is important because I don't know that you'll ever see it. But there's something happening here with a celebration. Now, I will clarify this because I feel like someone is celebrating you. Now, how are they celebrating you? They're looking at the job you do. They're looking at you as admiring you. There's something here because you don't see it that there is some kind of something is happening in the background. But I feel like it's not going to show its head for a while, which is hard because if it doesn't and you're going through a hard time, then that's a struggle, right? Like that's like, why isn't it showing? And I feel like with the, well, the Hierophant though too is like what, you know, I feel like I got the word trust over and over. So like it's trusting, it's trusting yourself, but more importantly, trusting the divine as well. Like there's something here that's very much supposed to happen, you know. I don't know, well, I'll get into it, but that's what I'm feeling. The Hangman, you know, unexpected, you know, maybe that's that I just have to look at this differently. Now when I look at all of this, it feels to me the Four of Cups there is totally not paying attention to this being done and over, just by looking at it. So there is like some questions here. And then I feel like with the King of Cups, the challenge may be to just chill, you know, just chill. The strength that you have, though, is the Emperor. And I don't know if that's someone, I feel like it's you. So there's this, the challenge is going with the flow. However, part of what you do well is, you know, taking control of something, right? So with those put together, there's something to be said about taking control, but at the same time, you got to let it go with the flow for a little bit because there's something happening here that you are completely and totally unaware of. And even though this is an ending, well, I feel like with, once you make a choice, there is a new beginning for you. So I think the choice is probably to let something go, not so much as, making that decision to let something go. So let's get into it a little bit more. I'm going to find out more about this Ten of Swords in the current situation. Tell me more about this Ten of Swords. What is this Ten of Swords? So interesting. We have the Judgment, the Sun, and the Two of Swords. I feel like this is a release of. I don't think the Sun, like, that's what's over, but I think it's time. What's over is it's time for you to make that decision again. Down there with the Two of Swords, we've got the Judgment, which is renewal. The Sun, which is joy. So there's something here too, where there is a release that needs to happen, and seeing that something is kind of over. So let's take a look further because I want to see that Four of Cups. It's those clarifiers were a little bit wonky too, but I feel like I just feel like you're not seeing something. What's over? Are you expecting happiness to come from something to be renewed? In other words, you feel like it's over, but you have an expectation of it coming back around with that Judgment card. Tell me more about this Four of Cups. And maybe it will. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Yeah, that he just looks like he's just like blind to the fact. And I've got Knight of Pentacles, that's patience, and Six of Pentacles is sharing, and the Emperor is about control and a leader, and it could be someone else, but I feel like you've got your eyes set on something, and you're really trying to be patient about it. But with that blindfold, you're still not seeing everything that you need to see, and which could be fooling you a little bit. I feel like the Emperor also could be someone else, and it just feels like you're not admitting it's over, whatever this is. I just keep going back to that, and that's how I feel with the Five of Swords in the future influence. This Five of Swords is like, the energy. How much? Like, what do you really want to keep doing this? Do you want to feel tied down and keep going for the same thing and keep being, held back? There's something too about being held back here as well. And I think you're like over it. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Yeah, the Wheel, Page of Pentacles. Yes, there is something where you're going to fight for this motherfucker. Yeah, I said that. I did. Sorry. Excuse me. You're going to fight for this. And it's like the Wheel. Well, I do feel like you may win here because it's about your happiness. And I feel like too, the struggle here with the Five of Swords, maybe it's also going to turn into the realization of what really makes you happy. Again, we've got the Sun too in the advice. So I do feel like there's the Wheel, the discovery with the Page of Pentacles, the Sun with the happiness, the joy. This fight is more than just about a certain situation. It's deeper than that. So I feel like that's why this release of this Ten of Swords almost has to happen, so that you can let yourself discover almost yourself, the joy within you, not necessarily given by someone else. And that's what the fight is. There's something about fighting for happiness here. Whether you feel like there's something that's really making you not happy right now, or there's something, that's just feeling very awkward or frustrating. And I feel like there's also this, at what point, what really makes me happy here, right? So is it this situation? Do I need this situation that's over to really make me happy? Really? And that's the fight, right? So, that's not an easy fight. The Four of Wands is in what we don't see. Like I said, I feel like this is, I feel like you won't see this for a while. Let's see if we can dig into it a little bit. I really do. Like, it's a Tower, it's a Ten of Cups, it's the High Priestess. Okay. So this is your knowing that there's something out there. Like, this is it. You know that there's a change coming to this relationship situation, Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess is the knowing of that. And I feel like there is this change is going to be a good change for you, but I feel like it's just not going to be in your face. You're not going to see this. And you have to, if you want to recognize it, it's by, understanding. You're not going to recognize it, like, it's not going to show itself. You have to use your intuition and your intuitiveness to feel this change and this shift, because that's where it is right now. It's not going to be someone handing you something and then you go, oh, now I'm happy. It's not that. It's trust yourself. Because if you truly want that happiness and you truly want to celebrate whatever, trust yourself. The Hierophant, I feel like, is the same thing. I would say, I'm not even going to clarify it because it's looking for trusting the universe. Allow something else to take charge, and not an emperor, more on a spiritual level. Let that happen. Because the more you try to force something, it feels like the further it gets away from you. So, I feel like it's trusting. I feel like, too, if you can really trust this, that will bring out happiness in itself. But it takes a lot to do that, because if you're not in the best place, I don't think it's a horrible place, but I think if you're not in the best place, trust is really hard, because, this is like important. It is like, it's one thing to trust someone, let's say with, trusting that they'll meet you for dinner, but trusting someone to be there for you, like for a date, yeah, okay, we scheduled it, it's there, I can trust you to be there, and if you don't, I'm disappointed. But there's something like, if you ask someone to take care of your cat, I mean, this is like so silly, I can't think of a good, and you're away and they don't, then that sucks, because there's nothing you can do about it, but you trusted them. So it's a deeper kind of, I need to trust you and not see that it's happening. And that's hard to do, especially if you don't know if you can. Tell me more about this Hangman. We have the Hangman and the Unexpected. To me, the Hangman is about self-reflection, especially in this deck. It's so apparent because he's got the reflection in the water. He can get himself down. Keep in mind, the Hangman is not a stuck situation. It's a chosen path. And I think that you are starting to choose, you will start choosing to do something a little differently. And that is what is going to release things. And I feel like you're going to go into a good direction here. Tell me more about this Hangman. Yeah, the Hierophant, the trust. Yeah. You're afraid to be disappointed, right? Like, okay, so we got the Hierophant, the Five of Cups, and the Wheel, but that's going to change with the Wheel. Like, things are headed correctly. And yes, you may have been disappointed in the past, but I feel like with this Hierophant, it's different than that, because it's about having faith. And having faith in that wheel energy of time moving forward, destiny taking you where you need to go. This is a big reading for some of you. So the King of Cups, I'm going to leave. I'll clarify it really quick to make sure it's not somebody else, but I really feel like the challenge is letting things happen right now. Just let things happen. Don't try to control it, because I found it's really interesting with the Emperor on the other side of that. Tell me more about this King of Cups. Yeah, I mean, taking a new path. Well, the Page of Cups, Five of Wands. Yeah, I mean, the challenge may be you waiting for clarification from somebody with that Page of Cups on the direction that you're going. But I feel like, and having to wait for that is driving you crazy because you're not sure how much energy to give. So that's the challenge. You know, how much do I put into this? Also, the challenge could be, at what point do I talk to this? I think it's about a person that you need to tell them how you feel, because it's nagging at you and you know you need to take a different direction, but it's going to be really hard to speak up because there's some angst here with that Five of Wands. And that Five of Wands, when you have that, that conversation could go awry really easy. The Emperor is in your strength. So let's take a look at that. Well, tell me more about this Emperor, please. What is this Emperor? Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Devil. This is somebody, I feel like this is somebody that, you know, maybe there has been some sharp words with, and maybe the strength is that they may come back around. So, and this would definitely be someone you might be tied to a little bit. So the strength is maybe the reason why we need to wait and not say anything, because we need to wait for them to come back around. The patience is important here, because I feel like this was the negative. Maybe something was said or something that wasn't good here. And again, back to the trust. If you were trusting somebody and they said something that really like upset you, then you're going back to that trust again. And how can I deal with this? And the Devil is, yeah, you're tied to this situation, whether it's a person or a situation, but there was something that went awry with that Knight of Cups. However, I mean, Knight of Swords with the Knight of Cups is the positive coming back in. And I feel like it's communication, even though it's, because the Knight of Cups can be like a professional, you know, now I can't think of that darn word. Okay, so I was reading something on ADHD. When you can't think of words, that's one of the things. I do this all the time, so I guess I'm ADD. So professes love, or romance, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be a gift coming in with a conversation and a kind words coming in, or a kind gift. It's a level up from that Page, and Page was part of the challenge. Tell me more about this Two of Swords and where this leads, because I really kind of like this combination. That once you can let go of something, once you can let go of one of these swords, you're going to be headed in the right direction. It kind of releases you to be able to accept something new. Tell me more about this Two of Swords. The Two of Pentacles, strength, and the Justice. You know, the Two of Pentacles is about balance, and the strength and the justice. I also feel like the Two of Swords can be, okay, or the Two of Pentacles can be, okay, now I didn't have time for anything else. Now I have more time here. The strength is hanging in there. I feel like this Two of Swords comes when this justice comes. And once there's going to be a realization here that will allow you to drop one of these swords and move forward. And whatever sword that is to drop, I don't know. I will leave that up to Destiny to take care of that. But what's the Page of Pentacles here? Because the Ace of Pentacles. They do remind me of the same card. I get a lot of the same feelings. This is a new beginning. And what is this? What do we have to look forward to here? Because this is really good. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Okay, this is when you learn about that. Yeah, okay, so Four of Wands celebration, but I feel like it has directly to do with that. The Nine of Pentacles is understanding your worth. And that's when you'll be able to let go. I think it gives you a new understanding of yourself, is that Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity. But I feel like it comes from, there's something here where you're going to be offered, and that's what's going to allow you to make the decision. Again, I said this wouldn't happen. You wouldn't see it for a while. This whole ending is you seeing that. And then you'll understand exactly what to do with this Four of Wands too. You know, I feel like it's good. Is there anything else we need to know? This kind of feels like it's hanging me a little bit. Anything else we need to know about this situation? Um, Three of Swords, Page of Wands. There was something that, yeah, this has, okay, so the situation is the Three of Swords, sadness, Page of Wands, a message coming in, the Seven of Wands, you know, standing up for what you believe in and what you want. This is all about something that you really have been standing up for. And I feel like that's what the message is. I feel like also that's what the Four of Wands is going to be. Like this message that comes in is going to make you understand exactly why you've been standing up for this situation for so long. You have the Sun and the advice. I mean, like really, like this is about, I don't want to say go search for your joy. I think what's important here, if the cards are saying, hey, you need to go with the flow a little bit right now, you can't control the situation, then just find joy where you can. Try to move your focus to something else as much as you can, so that you put joy around you instead of taking joy away from you. Also, when we see things like in a negative light, that's when we tend to want to change it, right? And do we really need to change something that we might change, then we shouldn't? You know, that's kind of what I'm getting the feeling here too. So just really try to enjoy the day to day. And I will do a, let's do a yes or no question. So if you want to hear that, just take a moment, pause the video. I will pull a card. What is your question? We will pull one card for the yes or no question. Pause your video. And what is the answer to our question? Yes or no question. The Star, absolutely yes. So whatever this is going to happen, or whatever you're asking, the answer is definitely a yes. There's no doubt about it with the Star. If this is like, you know, what, like if you need to do something, it's keeping your dreams in sight. Don't lose sight of what you really want, what your real dreams are. And moving forward, again, keeping your eye on the prize. If this is something that you also have to move forward to, especially if it's something you're asking that is a little bit down the road, you know, keep your eyes on what you really want, and don't lose sight of it, and don't lose hope, and keep doing the work, of course. But there you have it. There is your reading for today. I hope you liked it. Let me know. Take care. Have a beautiful day.